Hi, my name is Diane Schuster, and you're watching one of a series of videos that demonstrate the capabilities of COZYROC SSIS Plus, which is a software suite of tasks and components for SQL Server integration services. These demonstrations were built using SQL Server Integration Services 2005. The COZYROC tasks and components are available for SQL Server Integration Services 2005, 2008, 2008 R2, 2012, and 2014 in both 32-bit and 64-bit editions. For more information, please visit www.cozyroc.com. In this video, we're going to talk about the QuickBooks Source component, which you can use to integrate or migrate data from the QuickBooks Online Edition as well as the Desktop Edition. In this demo, I'll be using a QuickBooks Desktop Edition. This component comes in a package of tasks and components called SSIS Plus that complements the standard SSIS. In COZYROC SSIS Plus product, we provide source and destination components for QuickBooks, which support both 32-bit and 64-bit modes. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how easy it is to copy customer fields over from QuickBooks to the corresponding contact fields in Dynamics CRM. The first thing we need to do is add our QuickBooks Source component to the toolbox. So we right mouse click in the toolbox and then we choose Items. And we go to SSIS Data Flow Items and we scroll down to find QuickBooks Source and we check the checkbox and you can see it's a COZYROC component there. We click OK and now you can see that QuickBooks Source has been added to the toolbox. I'm going to show you how to set up QuickBooks so that it allows our component to access it. We go to Preferences and then Integrated Applications and then Company Preferences. And you want to make sure that this first checkbox is not checked so that applications can access the company file. And you may want to check the second checkbox. Click OK. And then we're going to set up a user account for our connection manager to use. And we already have it set up, but I'll go through it with you. So we put in the username and the password. In this case, we're allowing it to access all areas of QuickBooks. You may want to limit its access. Now we go to Next and we confirm yes, and we finish. And we'll close this out. Now we're going to go to the QB connectors, so we go to the program files, COZYROC SSIS, and then Tools. And now you see our QB connector. And we start that up, and you can see our port is 3081. And we have set the mode to multi-user. And we'll go to Users and we'll type in that user that we set up in QuickBooks. And now we choose the company, which is the demo for COZYROC. We add that user. Now we'll go look at security, and that's been set to Embedded Certificate, and that's the default for QuickBooks, and we haven't changed that. And now we start it. Now we're going to configure our connection manager. So we scroll down till we find QuickBooks in the list of connection managers. And for our server, we're going to type in our IP address for the local host, in this case, with the port of 3081. We're going to use that user ID that we had set up in QuickBooks. And for the key, we're putting the password. And now we test the connection. And this will only pop up the first time you're connecting to this company file. So here you see the default is set to no. You don't want any application to read or modify the company file. Check one of the yes options depending on under what circumstances you want to allow the component to connect to QuickBooks. And also pay attention to this last checkbox at the bottom. And now we need to confirm that we want to allow this. And now we say we're done. Now you can see our test connection succeeded. So we'll close out of that. Now I'll show you how to configure a simple package in which we copy some fields from customer records in QuickBooks over to the matching fields in contact records in Dynamics CRM. Now we'll drag our QuickBooks source component onto our canvas. Go in and open it and connect it to the connection manager that we set up already. We'll go to Component Properties and we go down to Object, and that's where we choose the type of record that we're going to be working with. In this case, we're going to be working with Customer. The QuickBooks source component may provide multiple outputs depending on the object you're working with, so you need to go check for this under Input and Output Properties. Each output has different columns, but may have many duplicate columns that are in the other outputs. You should choose the output that provides all the columns you are interested in and remove the other outputs. Otherwise, you'll have lots of duplicate columns. So now we'll just remove the columns that we're not interested in transferring over from our first output. I just finished removing all the columns we don't want. We'll click OK. Now we'll connect the two components, and we'll go in and finish configuring the Dynamics CRM component now. Most of the columns have already been mapped based on the name. Now we go back in to finish the configuration, and the connection manager is already set up. We go to Component Properties. We're using the Upsert action. Now we need to do some of the column mappings manually. We just finished mapping all the columns manually, so everything is mapped now, as you can see. So we're done with that, and now we're ready to execute. And it was successful, so we go down and stop debugging. And we'll take a look at the execution results. And there were 4 rows written to Dynamics CRM, and that is the number of customers that we had in our QuickBooks company file. So here's a quick look at the customer records in QuickBooks, and now we'll take a look at Dynamics CRM. And you can see those customers have been added. We have Candy, Jackie, Corinne, and Luke. In summary, I showed you how easy it is to copy customer fields over from QuickBooks to the corresponding contact fields in Dynamics CRM. This component comes in a package of tasks and components called SSIS Plus that complements the standard SSIS. And that concludes this demo.